Hey, Friday, everybody. Welcome to end of day update. Starting with Bitcoin futures, you can see all these green lines are the gaps to fill to the bottom side. If I hide these EMA lines, you can see these green dotted lines are the gaps which are left to fill. So we're getting a little bit of pullback, and I think we will get a little bit more pullback. This first gap is around 34,165, and from today's close to that gap is around, let's say, around 2%. All right. So I think that's going to happen most likely on Monday. That's the first gap, and let's go to 1 hour chart, and you can see we have a little bit of divergence. What that means, price is making new high, and however this is RSI, and you can see RSI is making lower high. Okay, price is making higher high, RSI is making lower high, so we could get a little bit of more pullback. So that's what I'm looking for. And let me delete this. Okay, so and let me bring these moving averages back. So nothing to worry about. I think it's just going to be a pullback. Just be mindful there are three gaps. 2160, there's one gap here, one gap here, small gap here around 26,305. They will be filled, but they don't necessarily need to fill now. They can fill at a later stage. Also, we have a massive support here. Okay, worst case, if this pullback becomes a bit deep, there is a massive support here. This whole area around 20-30K, let's say, massive support here. I don't think that's going to happen, but for now, I'm just looking for this small pullback. Maybe consolidate here, gather some momentum, energy, and then we're going to bounce to next resistance, which is this red line. That's what I'm looking for. All right. No indicators are telling me that momentum is slowing down. We have green buy signal, and everything is good. You can see last time I got green buy signal here around 16th of October. Since that time, after the green buy signal, Bitcoin has gone up almost 33%. All right. So that's how it is looking right now. Ethereum also, you can see same as Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum live market. Ethereum will do what Bitcoin will do, and Ethereum you can see very nicely on top of this blue line, which is dark blue line, 200 SMA lines, supporting, making like a flag, just consolidating, giving time for these moving averages to catch up, which is good news. Okay, it's holding, nothing changed here. You can see green buy signal on Ethereum. We got green buy signal on 19th of October, and since that time, Ethereum has gone up almost 20%. All right. Still a bit weaker compared to Bitcoin, but that's how it is. Usually Bitcoin goes first, and then altcoins and Ethereum, they go second. So target is around $2,000 for Ethereum at the by the end of this year. All right, let's go to traditional market. VIX crushed. Now it's below 15, which is very good sign. You can see my indicator here. I was expecting VIX to keep crushing down by the mid to late December. So I think VIX could go lower, and it can even make a new low around 12 or 13. That's where I'm looking VIX to go. All right, let's look at S&P 500. SPY. Let me find where SPY is. This is the cash index. You can see we gapped up today. And the good news for the bulls, we gapped up and now we closed above all moving averages. Okay, you can see this is 200 EMA SMA, light blue, dark blue line. A white line is 20 EMA, green line is 10 MA, yellow line is 50 EMA, and red line is 50 SMA. Now we are above all the moving averages. We gapped up. You can see 1 hour chart, gap up again, gap up again, gap up again, gap. Last 4 days we are just gapping up. Everybody's expecting a pullback, and they are just gapping up. Now the very key important thing to note is this previous high, this gap here around 438. This is where the high is, and then that high is around 0.83% away. All right, so it's very important to see if we're going to get rejected here and form a higher low, or we're going to keep going higher. So it is quite possible we can get a little bit of pullback here. Okay, first gap, it's possible we can close that. It's even possible we can get a deeper pullback and then go higher. So just a matter of which route we take. Are we going to take first pullback, then go higher, second pullback, then we go higher? That's what I'm looking for. Also, you can see longer term, we are now in a bull flag. This is a flag, you can see longer term, and we are trying to break out. So if we take this as a flag and we want to confirm the target of this flag from here, sorry, where did it go? I got the wrong indicator. Give me a second. Here you go. If I want to draw a trend line from here to here, and if I take this flag post from the time it's going to break, it can even go, you can see we are looking for new all-time high around $500. All right, so that is possible. A lot of people are thinking this is just a bear market rally. Whatever it is, I think we're in a bull market. Now, good news is we are back above all moving averages. We do need on Monday to stay above this red line, which is the 50 SMA. If we stay 2 days in a row above this line, that means things are looking good for bulls and everything is looking very bullish. All right. That's on SPY, triple Q's cash index of NASDAQ. You can see we're now right on the resistance. You can see this one resistance, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back near resistance, okay? And we are again, triple Q's is also gapped up. You can see all these green lines are gaps to fill. And this is where you should be looking to short if you want to short on triple Q's, to be honest. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances we dumped. This is the 6th time, okay? Now for some reason, if we again gap up or we close above this, and if we make a new high compared to this previous high, then we got to be careful. Then it's looks like it still wants to go straight up, okay, which is very rare, but it's quite possible. And let's go look at 1 hour chart. Do we see any divergences yet? No, there's still a little bit of divergence on 1 hour chart. Let's look at US 100, not a lot of divergence, so we can still keep going higher. Even you can see US 100 live futures. You can see futures are showing right near this resistance, okay? So if we can close another candle above this, that's going to be very bullish. Just note, all these gaps will be filled at some time. You know, there are 3 gaps to the up, there are 4 gaps to the down. So I just leave it here. We are now in the middle. If you want to short, if you are a bear, this is the best opportunity to short. And if we close above this line, then you just exit, take loss and then exit, because it looks like we want to go straight higher. And again, this is also a massive bull flag. You can see this, it looks like a flag, okay? And if you want to do the measured move of this flag, you can take a distance like this, and you will be surprised with what you see here. We're going to go new all-time high, and 464 is what our target is. All right, so just be mindful of that. Just remember, let me get rid of this. Just remember that it's quite possible we're going to break out very, very high. This could be a massive, massive, massive flag. All right, keep that in mind. All right, so let's quickly go to Dow Jones. You can see another one, gap up. Now we are again on this resistance, not able to close this resistance. You can see Dow Jones is also on resistance, gap up. So even if we get a little bit of pullback, that will be healthy, and then we can go higher. IWM, again, you can see this dotted line. Actually, I'm going to make it solid. This is again on resistance. You can see could not close above that, facing this downwards pressure. Actually, let's go to 1 hour chart. Did this gap fill? Yeah, this gap is filled. So let me delete this line. You can see Russell 2000 also right on this resistance. Okay, this is where you could expect a pullback and then go higher. All right, this is what I'm thinking. And pullbacks are healthy. It's good for the market. Gold looking for a little bit of a pullback. This whole area around 1950s. You can see 1 hour chart have a little bit of divergences here. You can see new highs are making, and then you can see still making divergences. So looking for a little bit of pullback on gold. That will be healthy pullback here around 1950 and then bounce. Silver, still not able to close above this trend line. So we are just waiting for it to close above this, trying its best. Let's see if it can go do that. Natural gas, buy the dip. Just look to buy all the dips. Nothing looking bad. This target is around 4.314, and there's this gap here. That's what I'm looking for. Target. Crude oil sold off and made a new low. And you can see my projection here. I did not change anything. Looking for this target of 74 bucks. Dollar index, new low. Very, very good news. So you can see I did not change anything. Looking for new low. And this cycle low is coming here around January. Mid of early January, so that's what I'm looking for. Already covered crypto. Apple, after earnings, we had a gap here which is recovered, so I deleted that gap. So you can see this gap. This was a gap up on 174 yesterday. We came and filled this gap. Now there's another gap left. So going back on daily chart, Apple is back near this resistance. Now we got this pullback which I was looking for. We got this pullback today, and now we're looking for a breakout. And if this breakout happens, it's going to be a very explosive breakout, and there are gaps above. So from today's close to first gap, we are around 7%. Second gap is around 8%, and third gap is around 11% away. So keep that in mind. Tesla, flat, but after massive 6% candle, just consolidating. I don't know if we're going to get this pullback. Okay, so I'm going to delete this for now, but just remember there's a massive gap here. If we get a pullback, look to buy on this 205, 206 area, and then we're going to go higher. Netflix also looking good. No gaps today, but this next target is 475. Microsoft, also there was a gap, this gap here, which was created on 25th of July, that's filled. And now it's sky's the limit. Looks like Microsoft is holding nice. Google, 1.39% today, again gap up, and this gap is still left. Let me show you on 1 hour chart. See, slight gap left, so I could expect a little bit of pullback short term to fill this gap before we go higher. Let's see, and then if that happens, look to buy, and the next target is 140. Meta, Facebook, another no gaps here, but this another target. There are targets around 350s, 360s. Amazon, also you can see looking for a little bit of cool down. If not, then we're going straight up to this another target 144. Snowflake's 5% up. Good news, we're back above this 20 MA, and this was just consolidating on higher momentum. You can see RSI had higher momentum, and we got a green buy signal today. Today we just got a buy signal, so that means last time we got a buy signal, we pumped, okay, after that. So today we got it. I think most likely we're going to pump until earnings. NVDA up 3%, 3.45%, next target 460. AMD, massive candle above all moving averages, looking bullish. Earnings are good, so sky is the limit. I think it's going to keep pumping higher. Toronto Stock Exchange, gap up, finding resistance on 200 EMA. Let's see if we're going to get a little bit of pullback now before we go higher. Hang Seng Index up for 2%. Now closed above all moving averages, which is very good sign. You can see my projection. I was expecting it to go higher, and also there's big resistance coming. So keep that in mind. We'll see how that handles. Bond market keep going higher above this. Today was the buy signal, looks like. Actually green dot came on RSI on 23rd of October, and today we closed above this downward sloping line. And now we are back against resistance. Today was the buy signal. You can see it's above all moving averages, so bonds are looking good. Copper near buy zone, so look to buy the dips. Palladium still struggling, not able to close above this 1140, so wait for it to close above this before getting bullish. Wheat looking nice, consolidating in the support area, up 1%, 1.46%, so look to buy all the dips. Corn also near support with higher momentum on RSI, price going lower with RSI going higher, so looking good. Soybeans, also very massive move above all moving averages from the buy zone, and SOYB is the ETF you want to buy. Sugar looking good, looks like it doesn't want to come down, but if it does come down, look to buy on this trend line. And Dumont Mine, looking for this gap to fill. This gap is still not filled. Let's see if it can fill. It was flat today. Gold miners looking for this gap to fill. Looks like they don't want to do that. They just gapped up. So now next level, if we get a little bit of downwards pressure, then look for this gap to fill. Up 4.28%. Looks like massive sell-off at the end of the day. We had a very massive pump until that time, but that's okay. Look at sectors. Tech sector higher. Energy sector, tech sector is above all moving averages, so very, very bullish. Energy sector looking for this gap to fill around 82. Healthcare sector, very good news, closed right on this trend line. Actually, it gapped up, so I have to add a gap here. We need to add a line, so it looks like there's a gap here, okay. So XLV now above this trend line, very good news, and it needs to hold out here. That's the next target. XLU gap up again above all moving averages, so looking good. Utilities, industrial also gapped up, very, very nice moves. Now back on this resistance now, so if we get a little bit of pullback, that's not going to be healthy before we go higher. Real estate sector, massive gap up above everything, so it needs to stay 2 days in a row. If it stays above this things would be looking very bullish. Ideally I would like to expect this gap to fill before we go higher. Let's see if we can get that. Financial, same thing, above all moving averages. Let's see if we can get a pullback before we go higher. KRE also massive pump, 3.64. Let's see if we get a pullback on this as well. Shopify was up 20% yesterday, above all moving averages, looking very bullish. Another 3% up today, so this is negated now, so I don't think we're gonna get this pullback. We will get this pullback at some point, I don't know when. You can see this gap up on earnings. It took from May until October, 3 months, June, July, September, October, so 5 months to fill this gap. So maybe we'll come back and fill this gap at a later stage. We don't need to fill it right now. All right. That's about it, guys, for today. And on your way back, please hit the like button and please keep supporting. Subscribe to my channel. Also, before I go, I just want to show you NDX chart. If you go to weekly, let's add another indicator. And I was telling everybody who follow me that it's gonna bottom between green and red lines. And look what happened today. You can see one candle took one. Look and see 5 weeks of cap price action. One candle just boom. All right. When did that happen last time? You can see price always goes, but you can see similar candle here. You get boom, and then next couple of weeks could be consolidation, then again another boom. Okay. You can see this happens all the time. Price goes between green and red line and then bottoms there. All right. Always green and red line and then bottom. All right. So if the price is bottomed and we're looking for new highs, I'm looking for new highs even here above this. So from here, my target is from here above 10, 11, 12%. All right. At minimum for the end of this year rally. And guys, I do share a pre-market video. I tell you what I'm thinking. And there's an indicator which I use to share my analysis. And if you want to subscribe, join the group here. I have a group description in the video. And if you want to be part of the private member group, you can ask me questions, any questions you have, any particular charts you want me to review. It's very cheap, like $6 a month. Join in. There's a link in the description. And again, so this indicator I shared with pre-market, I think it was public today. You can see I was telling everybody we are now near sell zone, third standard deviation. This is where you want to sell. And we got a little bit of pullback. Every time we are above third standard deviation, the price cannot stay above that. And you can see end of day, we get a pullback. Short term, I think everything is oversold. So if you get a pullback to green lines or neutral lines, that's going to be very good. I do think short term we need a pullback. Dow Jones also we need a pullback. All these indices, short term we definitely need a pullback before we can go higher. And I share this with friends and all the members. And if you want to be part of it, go subscribe on YouTube. All right, guys, have a good rest of the day and have a happy weekend. I'll see you later. Bye.